Hello everyone. In this video, we are going to discuss Deluge variables. What is a variable? Variable is a placeholder. It holds a place of something else. For example, if I have a person named John, I can hold his name in a name variable. Instead of John, script will process the name variable, so it can be dynamic. So I can process John first, I can process Bob, I can process Alice next. So I can change the variable as much as I like. That is the purpose of a variable. It can hold value of something else and tell the script that this is my current value. There are a few things to note when you're declaring a variable. It cannot start with numbers. It cannot contain spaces. It is case sensitive. It can contain alphabets, numbers, and underscore. There are a few sample variables: first name, age, and number of days. Let's get into action. Let's declare some variables. Here is our custom function. To declare a variable, there is a set variable task. You can drag and drop it. Here's the syntax. You can name your variable. You write an equal sign and you assign either an expression or a static value. This is an expression. Let me declare an age variable. Let me info out the age variable. I get 23. I can also give an expression instead of a static value. When I execute now, I get 27. Because it is an expression. This is how you declare a variable. Variables cannot start with numbers. If I want to call it as 1 age, if I try to save it, I'll get an error, improper statement. If I want to enter spaces in a variable, my space age, and try and save the function, it will still have that same problem. It can contain underscore. If I try and save it, it will save it. Let me declare another variable. Notice the M and A are in caps. According to script, they are both different variables. I get 27 and 53. Let me create an addition function. I'll put it under lab namespace. I can return an integer. So this function is going to take two numbers and return the addition of the two numbers. Let's call the first number. Let's add the second number. So they are both of a number types, and the return type is also a number. Let's create it. So if you look at the script, it says int first number, int second number, and it loads with a default return value that is 0. Now what I can do is I can just return, I can declare a variable sum of two numbers, first number plus second number, and I can return this sum of two numbers and Control S to save it. Now if you notice, I can use numbers inside the variable, but it just should not start with number. If I execute it, submit, there are 4 different scopes for a variable. Standalone variables are the variables you declare inside your workflow, like my age, my name. So whatever you declare, they are all standalone variables. But this first number and second number, they are not actually a standalone variable. They are a input variable. So you can also write them as input dot. So when you do input dot, it will give you first number as well as the second number. When you type input dot, Zoho also gives you the my name and my age, whatever the variables that are previously defined. So they're also available, but that works only inside a function. When we are writing variables in a farm workflow, here if I type input dot, it's going to display all my farm fields. I can also declare standalone variables here, and Zoho also gives that my age from right here. As soon as you have declared your variable, it goes into the input scope. The next variable scope is Zoho variables. There are a lot of Zoho variables, so as soon as you type Zoho and press a dot, you will see all these Zoho variables. Here's a list of Zoho variables: login user ID to get the email address of a person who has logged in, current time, app URI, the application URL, the email address of the owner of the application, Let's info the Zoho variables. I execute it. We also have a collection scope. So there's something called fetch records. You don't have to worry about this fetch record or the for each records that I'm going to use in this session, but I'll have a future videos explaining those tasks. For now, I'm going to use a fetch records task. Alright, so now the product list is a fetch variable that pulls data from a products farm, and I'm going to loop through the list of records that I got from products farm. If I click on prod object and then hit a dot, I'll get the fields available in this products farm. It's not just them, I can also use the system fields. You know what the system fields are. So if you want to know all the available fields for this, you go to refer fields, choose the farm products. If you want to take the modified time, I can copy it by clicking on that copy icon and paste it. Can just info out the modified time, so it shows me all the modified times. So that's it about the Deluge variables. Thanks for watching.